With all the killer animes coming out this summer, you are probably asking yourself, why should I watch Vinland Saga? Let's see. And this is just a very small fraction of what you can look for in this amazing anime. Hello anime fans and welcome back to Manga Horse, the horse with a funny accent. Today we are going to talk about one of the animes that I believe is going to be one of the best you can watch this year. By the time this video is out, 3 episodes are already available to watch, with the 4th one about to air today, but I will not cover it in today's review. Keep in mind that there will be minor spoilers from those episodes, but I will not include the main ones to let you enjoy them by yourself. And as always, if you like this video and you want to see more like it, please subscribe and hit that little bell thingy to stay notified. So, little information about this show. Vinland Saga is a new anime based on a manga and brought to us from Wit Studios, the same studio that brought us Attack on Titan. The show takes place in the early 11th century Europe and brings us a closer look on the Vikings that fled from the tyranny of the King of Norway and settled on Iceland. It follows the story of Thors, who was once a great commander of one of the Vikings' elite army squads, and of course his family, in particular his son Thorfinn, which is going to be our main protagonist. After watching the first episode, I must say that I absolutely love it. It is the perfect combination between the shows Vikings and Game of Thrones, all wrapped in a gorgeous animation that will put the first 2 seasons of Attack on Titan to shame, not including of course the latest season that was amazingly animated, in most parts. This is Wit Studios' own creation, and we can definitely see how much time and effort they put into making this project come to life. In the first few episodes, we get to know Thors, which after years of fighting suddenly decided that he can no longer continue killing people. So he left it all behind and came to Iceland in order to leave his past behind and to make a family with his wife Helga. The couple had 2 children, the older one Ylfa and the younger Thorfinn. Thors looks like a very kind person and also a very good father, and you can see it in the way he treats other people around him and his own children. You also see how much he cherishes life now, when he finds a runaway slave and decides to pay his owner in order to let him go free. But we also soon discover his violent past, and although Thors is now a peace-seeking individual, we get a chance to see him in action, and believe me, this guy is a freaking monster, with a sword and without it. Thors will go to great lengths to not harm anyone if he has an option for a peaceful negotiation, and will only use his ability if he's being forced to. And even then, he will try not to involve anyone else and take the burden on himself. In the first few episodes, Thors tries to explain to his son that he doesn't need to use a sword because where Thorfinn lives now, he has no enemies. But young Thorfinn rejects this ideal, knowing his father went to war and did kill a lot of people. Young Thorfinn is a very active little guy. He looks up to his dad just like the rest of the village, and he wishes to be just like him when he grows up. He is also fascinated by the world beyond Iceland, and he often dreams about leaving the little village to have adventures overseas. In the meanwhile, he and his little friends play war games together, and we very soon realize how much the battlefield means to a true Viking. While others may be afraid to go to war, the Vikings see this as an honor and a privilege in order to die like heroes, which according to their beliefs will grant them access to Valhalla in Asgard, under the rule of their most powerful god, Odin. While young Thorfinn enjoys listening to the tales of Leif, the Viking sailor, and dreams about going to war and sail the open seas, his sister Ilfa sees life a bit differently. She has, let's say, quite a bitchy attitude. And we can see this when she begs her father to bring a slave so she wouldn't have to work so hard. And also how she rejects admirers that knocks on her door. And there are quite a bit standing in line. Unlike Thorfinn, she doesn't treat her father with the same respect, and often calls him an idiot for doing what she believes to be a foolish act. Ylfa and Thorfinn's mother, Helga, is very quiet. We don't get to hear her very much, and she seems to be a very calm person. The only time Thors saw her get angry was when their daughter Ylfa was born. Back then, Thors was disappointed for having a girl as his first child, and told Helga to bring him a boy next time. But when he refused to give a proper name to the child, Helga got upset for the first time and demanded him to name their daughter. And just like she asked, Thors named her Ylfa, after his mother. The show seems to have everything in line in order to provide a good start to a wonderful story. We have the overpowered father figure, the young protagonist who dreams about adventures without knowing exactly what it means to step outside of his little village. We have the beautiful yet spoiled bitchy older sister who sees everything from another point of view, and I guess she will have a lot more in store for her as the story progresses. We also have a wide range of characters, from kids to grown-ups with different personalities. One of those is Leif, who is often being laughed at by the village kids for not being a warrior, but in fact he is a very trained sailor who can navigate the open seas without using the stars to guide him. He is also the person who tells the kids the story about a wonderful new land that he discovered across his journeys, a land with vast open fields inhabited by the natives that I will let you decide who they really are. He named this place Vinland, and one of his greatest desires is to find his way back there. While some of the kids don't believe his stories, Thorfinn is absolutely fascinated by them. The show also gives us known information about the Vikings, like their way of bathing together only on Saturdays, which is one of the things that led the world to believe that they are filthy savages. But because those historical notes were taken by people from other nations and other religions, they tend to miss out important information, such as the fact that the Vikings used to make a soap so strong that they would also use it to bleach their hair. And the part about taking baths only on Saturdays may sound disgusting, but in fact was a lot better than other parts of Europe, where people tended to wash themselves only once a month, or even worse. We can actually understand this misconception because a lot of those notes were written by a famous Arab Muslim traveler named Hamad ibn Fadlan, which is most known for providing detailed description of the Volga Vikings. And because the Islam is known for its rigid cleansing rituals, we can understand why he saw the Vikings to be not so clean. But between you and I, please try to wash yourself each day, or at least try to. And don't try to be a Viking, or even worse, like this guy. Vinland Saga is without a doubt a wonderful historical anime that I'm sure will bring me and all of you lots of unforgettable moments in this season and seasons to come. And I really hope you will try and watch it, and after all, if you like Vikings, Game of Thrones and anime, I can't imagine myself you will be disappointed. And that concludes our first video about Vinland Saga. And if you liked it, please share it with your friends, or even subscribe and drop a little like. It is free after all, not like soap. And also, as of today, I will open a new Facebook group called The Vikings of Vinland Saga, so I really hope I will see you there, or in any one of my other groups under Manga Horse, which by now has a group for Attack on Titan, The Promised Neverland, Dr. Stone, and I will keep opening new groups for all of your favorite animes, so each and every one of you will have something interesting to find in my page. Thank you again for joining me today, and as always, remember to clean behind your ears, even if you're a Viking. This video was brought to you by Viking Soap, the best soap for Volga Vikings. Nah, just kidding. Bye everyone!